Good evening, everybody. Paul here, live once again from New Hyde Park, and doing a quick update on, instead of just one tank tonight, we're going to do all the tanks in my office, which is the 65, as you see in front of me, the 29 Emperor Tetras tank, the 20 community tank with the swordtails and rasboras and assorted tetras and cherry barbs, and the 20-gallon High Guppy tank. As you can see, the 65 looks a hell of a lot better. Almost all of the brush algae is gone, and what isn't is rapidly being consumed by the swordtails and everything else in the tank. There's one of my Berlin tricolor swords. My Cardinals. They always like to school right in that pocket there, in between the driftwood. The white clouds usually hide up, take up the top half of the tank, as you can see here. Let's see if I can get a little closer. There you go. Plant-wise, it's pretty much just various species of Anubias and, well, Cabomba, Frittata, and Java moss. Java moss is looking totally righteous, though, and it's starting to actually take over that big bunch of Anubias Nana Petite. But I'm trying to figure out what other kind of plants I want to put in here. I'm thinking actually going with Ludwigia and Myriophyllum and a whole bunch of other stem plants to complement the Anubias. Maybe some smaller swords, not like the giant melon sword that I had to transplant out of here before it took out my whole tank. But as you can see, the Cardinals are happy, and light doesn't really do them justice, but the blues and the reds are really, really gorgeous. I think this female swordtail is about to pop any day now. And I don't know if you can see in the middle of that leaf, but I think that's my male yo-yo loach. Female's kicking around here somewhere. And as always, my mono shrimp are happy as clams, or as, well, shrimp. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just the way those scales, the whole iridescent thing. Yeah, so that's a baby Berlin tricolor sword. I've got more fry in here somewhere. But as you can see, almost all of the brush algae is gone, and I credit that to increasing the CO2 concentration in the tank, and also increasing the flow of water both through the aeration and cleaning out my filter. You'd be surprised how much gunk a canister filter can pick up after 6 months, especially if you're busy as all hell and you don't have a chance to clean it up. But moving on, I'm going to move over to the 20-gallon community tank. As you can see, the hairgrass needs a good cutting, and there's some more Java moss that kind of just took off on its own. Got a combination of the Cabomba, the red and green Cabomba, and some of these other stem plants in the back. I can't remember what they are. They look like Ludwigia, but I'm not quite sure on that. But they've been growing steadily, so I'm pretty happy. There's a nice shot of one of my Amano shrimp up at the top there. I can get him before he disappears, but see if I can. Well, I don't want to mess with any of the settings at the moment because just let it run. As you can hear, I got the air conditioning going in the background because during the day the upstairs of my house kind of gets a little hot, like up in the 90s, and if I didn't, they would, what do you call it, the tanks would all boil over and I'd have fish soup. And nobody wants fish soup, especially not, you know, unprocessed fish soup. But tank is doing real good. I'm probably going to trim that Cabomba back. Jared, in case you're wondering, this is one of the tanks that I've got the different Cabomba species out of. The 65 is the other. And I'm going to move over to the 29-gallon Emperor Tetras tank, single species. And as you can see, I've got nice Emperor Tetras right here. I've got seven males and 5 females in here. It just happened to be the luck of the draw. This here is a male. You can tell because obviously he's much brighter colored, and he's got that little fork right down the middle of his tail fin that kind of sticks out there, kind of like a third barb on that tail. He also has blue eyes, among the, you know, the rest of the royal purple and the blue and the black and the yellow touch-ups on the fins and stuff. The females, however, I'll get a nice close-up of some of the females. Females have green eyes, and they, you know, obviously there's some sexual dimorphism going on. The females are much less gaudily colored, and these females here are definitely full of roe. And I think if I took some of these males out of here, left the females in here with one of the best looking male, I would probably get a whole lot of egg production going on. But I just trimmed the Ludwigia and the Rotala and replanted it back in the tank. And then I'll let that grow up, and then divide it in half again, and repeat the process until the tank is completely full. And then I'll, you know, take some out and probably put it down to my 210 or into the 65. But as you can see, the Emperor Tetras are all nice and happy. I've got some baby tears up here that I'm floating, which are doing really well, growing nice, and providing, you know, soaking up all kinds of nutrients in the tank and keeping the water nice and clean. Some of it through the force of the filter is actually hanging on the microswords down on the bottom, and Other than that, not a whole lot to report here. Everything is doing really well, and I look forward to actually getting some Emperor Tetra fry out of these guys at some point in the very near future. There you go. But I'm going to move, and to wrap it up tonight, I'm going to move over to the guppy tank, which you will definitely see a whole lot going on. Yeah, we've had a little population explosion in the guppy tank. There used to be 3. Now there's almost 100. There's at least 100 in here that I can see, and probably another 30 or 40 that are just hanging out, hiding. You can see a bunch of the fry hovering over the Java moss and working. Grazing on the Myriophyllum and the Cabomba. That's a nice specimen there. That female's about to explode. And that is my fancy black. And they're very, very happy in here, but I'm going to have to find bigger quarters for them, or divide and start selling some of these guys off. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of space real quick. But that is a problem for a slightly different day. And with that, I think I am going to call it a night, because I need sleep, because I got off from work this morning and haven't stopped since. Wife broke out the honeydew list, and well, it's been all downhill from there. So I'm going to call it a night. Have a great one, folks, and I will talk to you very soon. Peace.